There's lots of reasons why I'm going to play this song. I was going over an interview with the late and wonderful Barry Humphries, who played the wonderful Dame Edna Everage. And I was just laughing at a compilation of all his best moments as Dame Edna being interviewed and the different things that he used to say. And I was laughing a lot. Then an interview came up with k.d. lang. Talk about coincidences. And there was Ivanka Trump on the seat, and in walked KD, and in the end, Barry asked a question: have you ever written an anthem song? And KD had to think, and then she quickly responded and touched his hand and said, I have. And in a moment of craziness, I thought, I wonder what it's called. And it was called Big Bone Gal. So I thought, okay, what am I going to upload today? And I just said, I've just watched an interview. She mentioned the song that was the theme. I looked into it, and it's a very interesting, wonderful background to it that I'm going to give you. It's all live, so you have to bear with me going back and forth on my research. But it struck a chord with me as a theme tune, and I'll tell you why. Because my sisters were very broad in the shoulders. You can see how big my hands are. I have big hands, and that was due to my father. My mother was taller than my father, but we were broad-shouldered, and the girls, or my mother always say, it's because we're big boned. But my mother was a natural blonde, and she'd always say, and by the way, do check it out, I've just uploaded Marilyn Monroe in honor of my mother, because my mother used to say, well, I have the chest and the hips of Marilyn. Everybody thought she was a size 14 and 12. And she said, as she got older, she became more voluptuous. And I said, in what way? She said, we have the same body measurements. And I said, no way. I've got the blonde hair and I've got the same body as Marilyn. And I used to joke to her, so what do we call you from now on, Madge? And she'd look at me like this and say, and laugh and say, no, you continue to call me Mum. God rest her. So I did a Marilyn Monroe. Then I was looking at relief. You know, I love to have, as everybody knows, even live, I love to drink my coffees. And I just had a Dame Edna moment, and I was laughing so much. And then k.d. lang mentioned this song. So I'm tying it all in, everybody, this weekend. I've done the Marilyn in honor of my mother. Do check it out. I want to be loved by you. I've made a very special thumbnail for that. A rare picture of her walking on Pan Am flight, looking back, ever so glamorous. And then I kind of manipulated an image in the video and got her blowing a kiss with the words boop beep beep doop. So do check it out, because look, it's Gay Pride Month coming up, and I wanted to start uplifting in honor of all the gay people around the world, particularly k.d. lang and now. And I said, you know what, this is meant to be. So that's the background to why I've chosen this particular song. It's all coincidences this weekend and memories, and you know, sometimes that's what happens as a musical reactor. But the great thing is, everybody knows k.d. lang for Constant Craving. But this is one of her most iconic, I think, performances. And I've seen different versions, but not this particular version. But it did have in the comments, this is the best live version. And I thought, that'll be on my channel if it is. And it is. And there it is. Now, to the background of the song quickly, because I don't want to go on too long about it. And the lyrics are self-explanatory. But k.d. lang is Catherine Dawn Lang, better known under her stage name, k.d. lang. She's a Grammy Award-winning Canadian singer-songwriter, everybody. She's regarded as one of Canada's foremost female vocalists, as well as a champion of legal equality for the LGBT people. And considering Pride is coming up, and it'll be Pride Month, I thought, this is perfect. Her singing talent has lent itself to a wide range of genres, although her early works such as Angel with the Lorette and Absolute Torch and Twang, the last of which won her a Grammy Award for Best Female Country Vocal Performance, were predominantly country, with hints of jazz and salsa. Later works included Ingenue, and I think she did an Ingenue tour in 2019, which I'm going to touch on straight after the video, and All You Can Eat, where more popish was in the flavour of music she chose. No matter the genre though, all left her talent undeniable. She has since garnered 4 Grammys and many other awards, and was even made an Officer of the Order of Canada, and that was back in 1996. Canada's highest civilian honour. That's who we're honouring, everybody. She's not just a singer. She really pushed the whole gay rights movement in Canada forth in her presence, in whom she was as a person, and I've made a very special thumbnail for this particular video, so do check it out. It says about the song, every artist has their crowd favourites. Even the artists themselves are sickened to death of some of them. For k.d. lang, one of these has surely got to be Big Bone Girl. It's light-hearted, as you're going to hear, catchy, as you're going to hear, easy to learn, and tells a story. Everyone loves a story, right? I confess that when I'm feeling down in the dumps, I hook my phone up to the boss in the stream and sing as loudly as I can. But that's just me. Well, loudly, legally as I can, because I do have neighbours. And I imagine what it'd be like to have a voice, especially like k.d. lang's, and to be the big bone girl. Well, I'm broad-shouldered. People say I look like my mother, and well, her genetic makeup is in all of us, really. But anyway, I listened to the simple bass line, the ear-pleasing melody, and the integration of k.d. lang's voice with her band. Musical ambrosia with a country flair is what you're going to hear in a minute. To my mind, this song tells of 2 stories, one about k.d. lang's exceptional voice and the other about the girl in all of you out there. If you're not convinced of k.d. lang's tremendous vocal ability, oof, will you be changed when you hear this? Just take a listen carefully to what I'm going to play now, Big Bone Girl. Of course, she makes it sound easy to pull off, but put down your air guitar and just try to even speak the lyrics with the same pace and rhythm as Katie does. Next, try to hit those notes all over the staff and add some hoots and howls, which she does. Not too much, mind you, just enough, while you're paying attention to phrasing and subtle changes in synchronization along the way. Are you kidding me? Yes, her ability is sick, truly. On top of it all, it sounds like she's having fun. This is a tough gig to pull off this song, and that's why I think it hasn't been covered the way it ought to have been covered. I also feel Constant Craving is up there, but this ought to be up there as one of her most iconic songs, and I hope this relaunches it in many ways. I really do, because I want an uplifting feeling on my channel, and this is perfect. So, furthermore, the songwriting weaves together the simple with the elaborate in such a way that our ears are fooled into making anyone could make this tune pop on karaoke night. The other story is about excitement about this song, of being the main focus of attention. I think one of the reasons so many of us like this song is because there are actually very few such events in our life. We're enticed by the big bone gal because it seems everything is ahead of her. She's fearless, mesmerizing, full of life, and heading straight for it. Another reason I think we like this song is because we're not entirely sure of her intentions. Is she headed to the Legion Hall just to dance? Or is she up to no good? Being Big Bone, we know that she may not fit the mold, and we know she is from a small town. We like that she holds them in a trance, as the lyrics say, but we're not assured why she does this. With a bounce in her step and a wiggle in her walk, she'd be swinging down the street, it says. Is this because she's young and innocent, ready to flee a small town? Is Katie biographical here? k.d. lang? I don't know. Or is it because she feels a bit awkward in a town full of slim women and she stands out? Perhaps it's all of those things. One thing I am convinced of is the Big Bone Girl represents, by the way, all women. She's indeed every woman, but at some point the focus has been entirely on us. Yet for the majority of women out there, that focus is usually found between crossed arms and stomping feet, impatiently waiting for us to fail. Because of the insecurities of always standing out, being a big boned woman, being larger than life, a lot of insecurities do manifest, everybody, in larger women, because they compare themselves too often to their slimmer friends. And they feel sometimes they failed, whatever that may mean. But in the end, you have each other and the chance to be reeling and rocking and yelling out for more, as Katie's going to sing now. Take it away.
You just couldn't call her small. And you can bet that every Saturday night she'd be headed for the Legion Hall. She'd put her blue dress on and she'd curl her hair. Oh, she'd been waiting all week with a bounce in her step and a wiggle in her walk. She'd be swinging down the street. Well, you could tell she was ready by the look in her eye. She slipped in through the crowd. She walked with grace as she entered the place. Big bone girl was proud. People would come from miles around and gather there to dance. When the big bone gal came a shuffling in, she'd hold them in a trance. We could tell she was ready by the look in her eye. She slipped in through the crowd. She walked with grace as she entered the place. Big bone girl was proud. Hey, hey, big bone girl, no touch is natural. Shaking and a shaking, breaking up across the floor. Hey, big bone girl, no touch is natural. Reeling and rocking, yelling out for more. She was a big bone gal from Southern Alberta. Just couldn't call her small. You can bet every Saturday night will she be headed for the Legion Hall. You could tell she was ready by the look in her eye. She slipped in through the crowd. She walked with grace as she entered the place. Big bone girl was proud. Said, hey, hey, the big bone gal. Ain't no doubt she's a natural. Shaking and a snaking, breaking up from the floor. Said, hey, hey, the big bone gal. Ain't no doubt she's a natural. Reeling and rocking, yelling out for more. Hey, hey, big bone girl. No doubt she's natural. Reeling and rocking, yelling out for more. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody.
And thank you. There's a lot of advertising at the end of that video, so I didn't want it to spoil the moment. But we are going to finish off with this last little bit. It's not so much about the lyrics, because they're relatable lyrics, they're understandable lyrics, and I'll put them in the description in case you want to read through them yourself. But it's really about a girl who empowers herself, goes forth, goes to the Legion Hall. We don't really know what it's about, but what does she do? She goes and says, here I am, this is what I'm about, embraces herself, takes on a new lease of life, and woo, has a hell of a night ahead of her. And I've got to say, that's what you need to do. My mother used to say, I'm not skinny like all the others. My sisters have grown up with that wonderful positive attitude that they're not meant to fit in. They're meant to be individually themselves. And not all of us are these, what modern social media portrays, skinny, kind of, with the false eyelashes, the look is, the putty lips, and the falseness of it all. Real women are curvy and have curves and are proud and have big personalities. And on top of that, if you haven't got a big personality and you're shy, are wonderful, embracing and warm, and like my mother, and oozy woozy women with a heart. And may yours always beat. When you look in the mirror, just say, I am what I am, and be proud of it. I hope you've enjoyed my video today. I've enjoyed listening to that live version. Yoo-hoo! An anthem for the bigger woman. It's about bloody time. Take care.